Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. It is Sunday night, doing a little late night rummage through the beast. I thought I would get home from vacation. I did late last night. Glad to be home. Got a lot of catching up done today. Reading all through the mail and went and played some golf. I hadn't played golf in 2 weeks, which is usually a long time for me, and I shot a 77 today. So go figure. Go away for 2 weeks and shoot a nice round. That felt really good. And so now I just thought I'd go through some cards. I did not have any mail, just like I thought I wouldn't. But we are now, I guess, 10 days away from the Nationals. So it's going to be here before we know it. And I thought that I would spend some time over the next few weeks till the National just showing off some cards. And we're going to do 1986 starting through all of 1987 and even a little bit into 1988. So we're in mid-80s junk wax goodness right here. Hall of Famers and stars I'm going to be showing off. Here is a Sparky Anderson from 1986 Topps and a mint 9. There is a Whitey Herzog and a near mint 8. Believe it or not, 86 Topps is a pretty hard set to get in high grade because of the black borders that exist on the top of the card. And so these are not just, you can't just find them anywhere. Mint 9 here on a Burt Blyleven, shown with the Twins. These are going to be cards, hopefully a bunch of these that I'll be able to pick up at the National. These should be relatively easy to find, these late 80s stuff, so we'll see. I'm getting everything ready for the National, and I'm going to be doing a video on Wednesday night where I talk about kind of what I'm looking for and what my expectations are and all the different stuff, National goings on for me, kind of my personal quests as I look forward to that. I'll have a week to go then to kind of show everything that I'm looking for. There's the Bobby Cox in an 8. So back in 1986, man, I was knee-deep into cards. I was buying boxes and boxes of this at Sam's Club is really where I got most of my boxes, and they would just have literally pallets and pallets of cards. And I remember just going and buying boxes and boxes every time I'd go to Sam's with my mom. In fact, I'd go just to help with the groceries so that I could get a box of cards, and I don't remember the price, $10, $15 maybe a box at the time. I wish I could remember. I don't know off the top of my head. There's the Ricky. There's the Wade Boggs in an 8. Man, look at that. I never even noticed that before. Look at that X. How much of a bleed that is on that X. That's terrible. I can't believe that got an 8. It's like they almost don't even pay attention when they're grading cards. Wow. There's a Gem Mint 10, though. That's what a Gem Mint 10 86 Topps look like. There's the Rich Gossage. Nice mustache the Goose has going on there. There's Dennis Eckersley with the Cubs in a mint 9. 86 Topps also had these cool leaders cards for each team, and sometimes they picture Hall of Famers. In this case, this is the Expos with Andre Dawson in a mint 9. And on the back, I think it's either just a checklist or the leaders. There it is, team leaders for each category. So you had Hall of Famer Tim Raines or Hall of Famer Andre Dawson pretty much leading in every category on the Expos, which makes sense. There's the Bruce Sutter in a near mint 8. So if you want to get just collector grades of these cards, they can be had, like 8s and 9s are incredibly cheap for 86 Topps. As you would expect, there's just so much of it out there. There's the Ryan Sandberg in an 8. I mean, literally for a couple of bucks, you can get a lot of these Hall of Famers in these mid-80s cards in this grade, 8, 9. There's the Reggie in an 8. Sorry, doing some rearranging here. Ozzie Smith in a mint 9. All-Star card, I shouldn't say that. I don't love the All-Star cards from 86. They're actually, the design is quite boring, but there's the Ripken in a 9. Henderson in an 8. The Fisk in a 9. So we're finishing up regular 86 tops here with this Ozzie Smith, also in a mint 9. Got a few 86 tops traded cards because that was a huge set. So many great players in the 86 tops traded. There's actually some cards I want to get. This one I have the Bonds in a mint 9. The difference between a regular tops card, as most of you know, and a traded tops card is the way the back looks. It's much brighter, so doesn't look like a card stock. Looks almost like a glossy card. There's the Jose Canseco. Again, so many great rookies in 86 tops traded. Will Clark. And Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson might be the greatest athlete I've ever seen in terms of just pure athletic ability. He was just unbelievable. Would mash a baseball, could run through a brick wall on the football field. Just what an amazing athlete he was. I guess. He's still alive. He's not dead. Here's the 87 Donruss Greg Maddux. I regret getting this in an 8 a long time ago. You can see how old that flip is, because I could have gotten a 10 probably for not much more than an 8 back when I bought this card 6 or 7 years ago. And now the 10s are just a couple $100. It's just stupid. But I did get a 10 of this card, the McGuire rookie. It's a top 300 card of all time. Excuse me. Here's the 87 Donruss Nolan Ryan in a 9. Let me pause real quick and just kind of, since this card is on my screen, it's appropriate for me to send out my condolences and my wishes to Joe Ryan 30 and his family. Joe Ryan 30 is a YouTuber that always commented on my videos. I mean, I think he was always watching my stuff. He especially loved it when I would show a Nolan Ryan card, and he was just incredibly nice to me and had his own channel. And he passed away last week while I was gone, or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember exactly, but I remember watching that video that his wife did, and I was very taken aback by that. Just couldn't believe it. I'm just like, are you kidding? Don't think he was sick or anything. He just passed away. And it's like, wow. It just lets you kind of know. And other guys have done video tributes to him, and even Pepino Man today. Caesar did a auction to raise money for his widow. And, you know, it's just really tragic when that kind of stuff happens. But that's life. Unfortunately, none of us are getting out of this alive. And so it's important to think about what your collection future is and what happens if something was to happen to you unexpectedly. And I think Eric, those back pages, did a video on that. Just keep in mind that, you know, whoever in your family probably doesn't have the same passion for sports cards that you do. And so try to make a plan. You know, just think of a plan. As a financial planner, I'm always thinking about planning. And so I have a plan of what to do with my cards if something should befall me. But man, just think about it. But Joe Ryan fan, rest in peace, my friend. And I appreciate you. So there's the Nolan Ryan. There's the Barry Bonds rookie from 87 Donruss. The Kevin Brown rookie. Why does Mike have a Kevin Brown rookie? Well, Kevin Brown's in the Rangers set registry, kind of all-time Rangers. So that's why I have that. That's his rookie card. There's another Nolan Ryan 87 Fleer. There's the Barry Larkin rookie from 87 Fleer in an 8.5. There's the Bonds in an 8. Got the Maddox update. So Fleer update came, well, it started earlier than that, but 87 Fleer update has a couple of great cards in it. One of them being the, the Greg Maddox. I've got that in an 8, so that's a card that I've been able to upgrade over the years. This is a top 300 cards by Mike Payne card. So always good to upgrade when you can. Here is the Mark McGuire from that set. That's also a top 300 card in a Gem Mint 10. And again, that's an upgrade because there's my 8. And then I even have the glossy version right there in a Gem Mint 10. So I have the regular and the glossy in a Gem Mint 10 and an 8 for the regular. So that's a lot of McGuire right there. Here we go into 87 Topps. First card up that I have is the Wade Boggs in a Gem Mint 10. There's the Royals leaders. They did a similar thing as 86 in 1987 where they had players pictured on the leaders cards, and there's Frank White and George Brett. So I'm going to get those. There's the Ruben Sierra rookie. Again, I have that similar to the Kevin Brown. He's in the Rangers all-time team, and so there's a set registry for that. So love that card. That was a big, I have hundreds and hundreds of that card. Literally, I was a huge Ruben Sierra collector for a while. There is the Reggie Jackson and a 10. The other thing they did in 87 Topps was the turn back the clock cards. So there's picturing a very off-center, ironically, 1972 Topps Roberto Clemente. There's the Barry Bonds rookie for Topps in a Mint 9. A lot of these cards are also top 80 cards of the 80s. There's just a lot of different overlap in set registries, which is both cool because you get one card and it might fill spots in 2 or 3 or 4 different registries, so that's kind of nice. There's the Rich Gossage, still rocking that handlebar mustache. There's George Brett, base card. Tom Seaver in the twilight of his career in a Gem Mint 10. Kirby Puckett. Shout out to Dustin Abraham. Big Puckett guy. Puckett, great player. I did hear something interesting. Somebody told me, and I haven't looked it up myself, but that Puckett's stats are almost identical to Don Mattingly's. Puckett was a first ballot Hall of Famer, so if that's true, I need to do some kind of looking into that. Then why isn't Mattingly in the Hall of Fame? That would be a good question. So, but I thought Puckett was absolutely a Hall of Famer even when I was watching him. So makes sense to me. There's the Jim Rice in a Gem Mint 10. The wood border cards of 87 Topps are very, very popular. And again, I opened the equivalent of 3 or 4 cases of this stuff back when I was a kid. I literally had 5,000 count box after 5,000 count box of this stuff. So much of it. And I still do have all of it sitting in a closet. There's Ozzie Smith, All-Star card. Tony Gwynn All-Star card in an 8. Gary Carter All-Star card. Wade Boggs All-Star. I do like the design for the 87 Topps All-Stars. There's the Ripken. I swear they took like 1,000 portraits of Cal Ripken and have used them for like 4 or 5 years now on his cards. It's hilarious at that point. There's Jim Rice. All-Star card. Another Puckett All-Star card. Here is the Rafael Palmeiro Topps rookie with the Cubs. To me, the fact that Palmeiro is not even close to being a Hall of Famer in terms of the voting, he's already off the ballot. He was off the ballot after 1 or 2 years, is is a joke, absolutely. Palmeiro, who I watched for 10 years play here in Texas, should be a Hall of Famer, juice or no juice. If all the other juicers are getting in, Palmeiro had 500 home runs, 3,000 hits. I mean, it's just not even worth talking about. It's so stupid that he's not being considered more for the Hall of Fame. But there's his rookie card. Hopefully he'll get in someday. Certainly deserves to be. There's Barry Larkin. And a mint 9 rookie card. Ryan Sandberg and a 10. Always good to have 10s, but I don't have to have 10s. Just if they come up and they're cheap, I'll buy them. It's kind of how that works. There's an aging Phil Niekro. I actually think this might be Phil Niekro's last Topps card. He's been pitching forever, so let's look at the back. Look at that. I loved how they made the font got so small that the more and more years a player pitched. That'll be true of this guy too. Lefty Steve Carlton, kind of finishing out his career with the White Sox. And look at that. So many lines of data and statistics. It's just crazy. I always loved that Ricky Henderson card. It's a great picture, great pose. That's for you, Joe Ryan, fan 30. Nolan, 87 Topps and a 9. Dave Winfield and a 10. Cal Ripken and a 9. So that'll be it for the regular Topps for 87 that I have. Here is the 87 Topps traded, just like you saw the Fleer update. Donruss was the only company that had a regular issue Greg Maddux card for 87. So I guess technically that's his rookie. But like now, any card issued in that year would be considered a rookie. So this would be Greg Maddux's rookie in the Topps traded for 87 Topps. I need to upgrade this one too. Wouldn't be hard to upgrade it. They're just getting pricey. For the 10s, it's just kind of crazy. And I don't usually upgrade if I'm only going to go one number. I'm trying to go 2 numbers to get an upgrade. That's the only time it really makes sense to me. Edgar Martinez here in a 9. That's his rookie, 88 Fleer. So we're into Fleer. For some, well, I do know why. I've got the Fleer update, John Smoltz rookie. And then I bought a lot of these, like, not a bunch, but a lot, like multiple cards in the same auction. So I also got 2 glossies, one in the 7 and one in 8. I was really after that card, the one in the center, the mint 9, but it had 2 others with it, and so they were both glossies. And you know, you cannot tell just by looking at the cards the difference between a gloss, or on the back, by the way, what the glossy looks like. I think you have to kind of get it in the light the right way. So I have 3 88 Fleer update John Smoltz cards. There you go. Last 2 here. It seems appropriate that one of them in the last 2 is Nolan Ryan for 88 score. Oh, I bought a ton of this crap when I was a kid. So in 88, I was 15. So starting to make my own money a little bit and would buy boxes and boxes of this junk. But it's nostalgic for sure. And then the last card today that I'm going to show is this Tom Glavine 88 score rookie card in a mint 9. So there you go, guys. That is the Slabbage Rummage for tonight. What's in the Beast, and showing you that. So look forward to my video on Wednesday where I kind of go through what I'm going to be looking for at the National. Looking forward to that and talking about it some more because it's going to be here before we know it. And I'm so excited. So thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great evening and a good start to your week. Keep collecting.